Hello. All right, y'all. I have to chime in. I have to speak up, right? Because I've been practicing my right to remain silent, but now I shall practice my First Amendment, which really isn't, it's not an opinion. I don't know. Sorry for the glasses. Like, I haven't been to bed yet. I'm grave shift and I'm just like you. I'm a human. I'm confused. I'm a little angry. I'm hurt and sad. I don't think I'm really scared. I'm all over. So I wanted to chime in about the conspiracies, and let me explain something. So if you've been seeing any of my posts in the past few years, I could be considered a conspiracy person. I like to consider myself a truther. You might think I support Trump. You might think I follow Q, or maybe I just lost my damn mind. I don't know. But I just want folks to understand that most of us conspiracy realists, we don't just bring stuff up out of the blue. We don't just see something and share it like, ooh, guess what I heard, so it's got to be truth. No, because most of us sound completely crazy as it is. And do you think we want to just share something so people can argue with us? I applaud the truthers that have continued, and they have a good following. Like, great, you are strong. It's not that I'm scared of what people think of me or what they're gonna say, but I don't want to argue. Like, if I'm sharing something, I'm not trying to make anyone upset. I think most of us, our intentions are to help people, to save people, to just find justice and equality and peace on earth. Honestly, yeah. Like, that's me. Most of us fell into the conspiracies, if you will, because it has happened to us. Injustice. Nobody wants justice until it happens to them. So for me, I had some fraud from my car insurance, but I made too much to get free help, but I didn't make enough to have a lawyer, so my ass was digging through the law. And I found, now they screwed me. Okay, so yes, I had a few things happen that sent me digging into the law, but then one thing leads to another. I'm not sure if you've ever been down that path, but it's scary, it's deep. That's why they call it the rabbit hole, because once you start learning, once you realize that something has been wrongfully done to you, but you can't even fight for it, you don't know how to stand up for yourself. It's ugly, it's nasty, and this town I live in, it's tough, because while we do tend to pull together as a community sometimes, most of the time we're not. We're all just singles roaming around here, fighting for ourselves. So let me get back on track. A conspiracy realist has probably done hours of research, and they're not putting it out there to harm anyone. I'm sure their intents are to help people. They've probably been through some tough times, and they probably could prove things to you. But then again, they probably couldn't, because sometimes when you go down the path, you see what's not true, but you don't see what is true. You feel me? So I know that this law has been interpreted wrong and used wrong, but I don't really know what it's supposed to mean. Like what, okay, so it's tough. And then it sends you down the rabbit hole, and then you start connecting things, and it's kind of scary at first, because then you're like, oh my gosh, that's why, and that's what that means, and this symbol, and man, it's ugly. So I can feel Trump. I feel it in a different level. Like, I still can't say I know he's for sure, because part of me wants to believe there's this big deep state that's just controlling all of them, and we're all just being played, and we all just look like some fools. And so yeah, I have some trust issues. So while I support what I think he's trying to do and expose a lot of corrupt, and when I say corrupt, I can prove that. I can prove that, and I can show you ties and how they link together, but I can't like just, resource the book over there, page 4, line 5. It's not how it goes. So I'll tell you what though, if you want a private investigator, hire a conspiracy realist. I promise you they'll dig up more than you care to know. But yeah, it's just a messy spider web that goes in so many directions. Like, some things we know, but we don't know what we don't know, and what it leads to the next. And when you're ready for that, I'm glad to share all that I have. But it's painful and it hurts. So I stopped sharing a lot of things because it was misperceived. Yeah, that's the word. And it's exhausting, because we've probably I exhausted myself digging, and they're like, hey, why don't you just stop? Well, I can't. Like, it's kind of addicting. It's like a big puzzle you're trying to put together. But it's also, that's why I believe most of us are just trying to help, because it's led me down the path of, what about everyone else? And they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. That breaks my heart. And I'm not talking about the big scale trafficking, and because that hurts too, and that's what I do every night. And because I've dug down the rabbit hole, I don't know if people like me should be doing what I do, because I know, and that's why they relate with me. They trust me, but I don't know how to help them. But some of the things too are as simple as home insurance and car insurance and bank fraud and things that hurt the average Joe. So I'm not asking you to believe or take any sides. I just want to share that side of it that many just, you can't understand until you're there. And I hope you don't get there, but just be kind to each other. And my best response lately has been no response. But that's not doing anybody any good either, is it? But I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I don't think I know more than anyone. But I do know that I've put in the research. I found some shady shit. So just ask questions to understand. And if you don't have that in you, then don't say nothing. You have the right to remain silent, I think. I haven't dug into that law yet. Anyways, take it easy, guys. We'll be fine, I promise. Namaste.